prices, and even with the token talk and concerns about the gas, there is no effort whatsoever that I see that this Congress, whether it's the House or Senate or the President, is doing anything to cut back. They talk about, well, we could get things done. We could have socialized medicine. We could have this, and we could have total control of education if we only had bipartisanship. The problem is we've had way too much bipartisanship. We've had a bipartisan agreement that all the spending is okay, whether it's on foreign policy, whether it's the welfare state here at home, if it's deficit financing, whether it's the passing of laws like the Patriot Act, which undermines all our liberties. It's always passed by both parties. Foreign policy didn't change with the new administration. Monetary policy doesn't change. Both parties endorse the monetary system. So it is a real challenge, and my answer to all this is very simple. Why don't we legalize freedom and follow the Constitution?
Right.
At Ohio State the other day, somebody asked me about, well, what do we do now? He's a senior, he's getting ready to graduate, and I said, well, it's a tough question because it's been so messed up. But you've got to be able to take care of yourself. That's why independent individuals who know a little bit about farming should be able to take care of themselves. People have to have jobs and a way to feed themselves regardless of the circumstances. So that is very important. But also it's going to be very important that eventually we have a change in philosophy of government. Okay, you keep going down. Okay. I don't know. That eventually the type of government, I'm going to put it like this here. The government that we end up with is the government that people more or less endorse. And we as a people, unfortunately, have endorsed the system of government for the past 50, 60, 70 years. So it's a philosophic challenge to say that we ought to have people who strictly interpret the Constitution. We should follow the Constitution on sound money. We shouldn't have a Federal Reserve system. There's no reason in the world why, if we had the proper size government we have, we would have an income tax and an IRS. We wouldn't have that either. So what we have to do is change attitude, and right now that opportunity can present itself because the government is failing. The government is not concerned about the debt, and they're going to continue the process. What gave us this crisis that we're in the midst of right now was too much spending, too much borrowing, too much debt, too many regulations, and too much creation of money by the Federal Reserve. So what have they done in the past 2 years to alleviate the problem? They spend more, they borrow money, they print more, and they add more regulations. There's no way that can be a solution to our problem. And so the answers can't be found, and this is why I'm encouraged, because talking to the younger generation, they know what they're inheriting, they know there's a problem, they want something different, and they believe that if the government would be different, that they would have a better chance. And it's not so much that it's brand new or different, it's just looking toward our heritage and looking to our tradition. What we have today is a consequence of our sacrificing of our liberty, pretending that we can run people's lives, pretending that we have the authority to run the world and police the world. But that's coming to an end for financial reasons. No matter how much you might like the idea of policing the world, it's not going to happen. The Soviet system collapsed because of economic reasons. Our system is cracking. The big question is, how are we going to take care of ourselves in the meantime, in the interim, and what is going to come out of it? I still hold out a lot of hope, and I do believe that the information available to us today, especially with the internet, and especially with the interest of the young people, that there's no reason in the world why we can't come out much better, much stronger, and much safer. Thank you very much.